I'm wondering how you see your connection to the UN, how this is going to help you, and particularly in going back then to Puerto Rico and continuing to work on the gender issues that you're trying to.
Well, similar to what Rosangela already said, this experience to me is very eye-opening, and especially to the work that women have to do inside church about gender awareness and gender education, and because we are very influenced by conservative thinking and fundamentalist ideology inside churches, even though even in the more historical churches, probably in Puerto Rico the Methodist Church is more conservative than it is in U.S. So we need to make even more work. I've been collaborating lately with a group of women and ecumenical women in Puerto Rico that work in a women pastoral for gender and justice, and they are part of the CLAI. CLAI is the Latin American Council
Yes,
of
we
Churches.
were just discussing that.
Yeah. And also Cecilia is part of CLAI. So I am part of the national committee of CLAI in Puerto Rico. So I've been in touch with this group of women that in the last, 3 years, maybe a little more, there were been visiting churches, making training, making workshops around the island to talk about what Christian or what religious women can do to advance women's position. So being here and see what the United Methodist Women and Ecumenical Women are doing is very empowering, and I'm excited to go back and to talk with this group of women, to identify more tools, more strategies to continue this work and to make the networking. I will go to her with names and organizations, because we need help, support from outside, not necessarily financial support, and that is important too, but support in the work, in the strategies, to know that we are not alone in the island. And I think that's the the big part that touched me more in these days I've been sharing here, being empowered to make something different inside church, and especially I'm trying to think about what can I do with younger women. I was telling somebody in these days that there's a group of young women that are professionals, and some of them are pastors' wives, that they are not involved necessarily in this kind of work. They're working inside church, in local churches, but they are not, organized, and they are not talking about gender or women's issues, even though they are psychologists or social workers, but they are not working in this kind of issues. So I think it's important what we can do as young women. I'm also a pastor's wife, so, I'm trying. I'm figuring out what we can do. How can we be organized to make something different? I'm start last year. I start collaborating with I don't know how to translate pastors partners, women's or men's, there's an organization.
Spouses?
Spouses, yeah, pastor spouses in Methodist Church. And there's a new directive or new people start to work. And we are tracing our strategic plan. So I'm assuring myself to include these kind of issues in the plan.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah.